this is my audience. Today's speech is about why minimum wage should increase. Can any of you say you are getting paid enough for what you are working for? As a full-time college student and having a full-time job, I can surely say it doesn't matter how many hours you put in, we still aren't getting paid enough. The minimum wage is $7.25, and if your job will give you a raise is another thing. Sometimes I still struggle trying to pay my bills and any cost for school, and it's hard. Working at minimum wage in this society is hurting us. A lot of people are struggling financially. Jobs don't want to give us raises, and if they do, they start cutting hours. In 2022, 1.3% of million of workers across the United States were getting paid minimum wage or lower than that. The minimum wage, which is $7.25 an hour, has not changed since 2009. The minimum wage hasn't increased in the past 15 years. The Raise the Wage Act would raise the federal minimum wage to $17 per hour by 2028. That is 4 years from now. By that time, everything will be even more expensive than what it is. In today's society, prices on almost everything have gone up to 20% since 2020. People can't afford to buy groceries or just simple essentials for their household. Higher pay would easily help pay for mortgages, tuition, and other things. Many Americans go on credit card debt because they can't afford other bills from paychecks. A few years ago, dairy products were less expensive than what they are now. For instance, a 12-count egg carton is nearly $9 now. The United States is already going through a huge increase in inflation. This makes it even more difficult to live. Some of us are barely surviving with our paychecks for our daily life. This is affecting millions of citizens in America. The idea of raising minimum wages is to help people live more comfortably. There are some ways of trying to make that happen. If we get minimum wage up to $14, $15 per hour, it can make a huge difference on how we live. Some things will change, like the employment hours. In some states, they have issued a higher wage in the past years, which has helped the communities. People are demanding a higher minimum wage everywhere. If the wages were higher, employment retention and performances would increase. Now other disagrees with the minimum wage and want it to stay the same. They believe raising the wage will affect our economy by not having access to our job availability and can affect our medical health. Imagine having a higher minimum wage and making a decent living to maintain yourself. We wouldn't have to be living off of paycheck to paycheck all the time. Not many people will be going broke or asking for a loan just to have enough money to eat. Raising the minimum wage does have its perks. By having the wage higher means basic essentials will go up higher. For example, people will lose hours from work and eventually will become unemployed. When you get unemployed, they don't have enough money to live off of. People that are working nonstop just to have enough money but can't save up. If we raise the minimum wage, we can have enough for our daily bills and try to save up on the side. The issue we have is not being more active about raising the minimum wage. We're all struggling with something that could be financial. We aren't alone, and don't be ashamed to ask for help. More than 60% of people say we should raise it. Some people say we raise the minimum wage to at least $15 per hour, it will help us have a decent way to live. Others do not approve of this and say if we change it, everything's going to increase from quality goods to taxes. There have been tests done and interviews to determine if we should increase the minimum wage. Nothing from the government has been said otherwise. Providing higher wages will stabilize communities and can reduce poverty. Some examples that can be done to try to increase the minimum wages are protesting around the communities, sending letters to city officials, and seeing if there are any help. I hope we can increase the wages and make it a bit better to live off of and our jobs to have better pay. People's incomes will rise and take them out of poverty.
Yeah.